Hi, welcome to part 2 of the bar chord unit. Now that you've had some practice with the bar itself, now we're going to start forming actual chords. The first step of this process is to review the different versions of E chords. And so on page 45, you'll see that there's 4 chord charts for you. Okay? It's the E, E7, E minor, and E minor 7. And so the first thing you're going to need to do is review those chord shapes, but then learn how to do them without your first finger, because your first finger is going to be doing the bar. So you'll have to kind of learn a new fingering for E, E7, E minor, and E minor 7. And notice the whole time my first finger's up in the air. After you've learned those and actually really memorized them, you'll move on to learn what are called the 6th string roots. And these are on page 46. And you'll notice you'll see a diagram of the guitar, and just walking up the neck, you'll see letter names. And that's where those individual notes sit. So if you were going to walk up that 6th string, you could say E, F, G, A, B, B, C, D, E. Okay? And you also need to memorize where those sit, because if you know where the root is, then that will tell you where your bar is going to go. So first step is to memorize the shapes and the roots. Okay? Then we're going to put them together to create the bar chords. So for example, if you wanted to play an F chord, right, with a bar, you would take your bar and put it on the 1st fret, because this is where F sits on the 6th string, and then you would do an E shape underneath, and it becomes F when you play it this way. Okay? If we kept shifting up the neck of the guitar, for example, if I moved my bar to the 3rd fret, which is where G sits, nothing else has changed. I just shifted up and it's become G. I can keep doing that. A, B, C, etc. Okay. Same thing goes for minor chords. This is the new E minor, the new fingering for E minor, right? 2 fingers next to each other. If I shift up the neck of the guitar, I move everything up by 1, it becomes F minor. Now it becomes G minor, A minor. Okay? So the shape underneath determines the quality that the chord has. Is it a minor chord? Is it a 7 chord? And where the bar is placed determines the chord itself, what pitch that chord is sitting on. So those are the 2 things that you need to know. You'll do some exercises and some progressions on page 49. And the exercises are just doing the different shapes and shifting up the neck of the guitar. Then for the progressions, you'll actually start connecting bar chords together in a way that you might see in a song. So example, progression number 1, you're starting on your G chord, and so we know that's 3rd fret is where G sits. And then from there you go to your C chord, which sits on the 8th fret, so you shift all the way up. From there, you're going to D7, so you shift up for D, change your shape to make it a 7 chord, and then back to G. Okay, so that's how the progressions will work. Would you normally play a song completely with bar chords? No, you probably wouldn't. You would probably do a mixture of open chords and bar chords depending on what the progressions are, what the chords are, how fast the song is. So there's a lot of things to take into account, but for right now, as you learn the bar chords and as you practice them, I want you to use all bar chords in these progressions, 100% for now. Okay? So these are your E shapes. You've got some exercises and things to practice, and then you'll check in here for the next video, which is your A shape bars coming soon. Good luck.